Producer Robin Gray. Do you want to say anything? Or?
Thank you all so much. It's been a long journey with this film. It's taken us 5 years to make it. So we're so excited to see people really enjoying it. And as we move forward in our festivals, we're starting an impact campaign, which is a campaign to teach people about arts education and its transformational power, especially for at-risk youth. So please tell your legislators that you think arts education should stay in schools. I especially want to make sure it stays in the underserved neighborhoods because it's the at-risk kids that we see benefit the most from arts education. They don't have access to the arts the way middle class and upper class children do. Their parents don't have the means to give them lessons. So school is the only place where they have that outlet, and it means so much to them, as you could see from these kids. I mean, it was just amazing to see the transformation over the 5 years that we work with them. So thank you, and thank you to all the Stony Brook Festival people. I mean, this is absolutely the best reception we've had from festival people. They're so nice. I can't tell you how each place you go is different, but these people are fantastic. So thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm especially happy to be here because this is my alma mater. I graduated from here in 1977. So it's been a while. And do you have any questions?
Yes, back there. Are the students graduates yet?
Yeah. They're in their junior year. They just finished their junior year, most of them. They're going on to senior year. And some of the kids were younger in the play, so they're going to be juniors this year, and some freshmen as well. And now it's up to 100% graduation rate in that school. So it's amazing. And the majority of the kids go on to higher education.
Yes, sir.
3 years of editing. We had over 180 hours of footage. Our office is about 5 miles from the school. So anytime we heard something was happening, we would just grab cameras and go over and shoot. And then we created things for ourselves. Like we made sure to get to the Tony Awards and shoot that. And in fact, we were the ones that nominated Corey for the Tony Award. So that was great. But it took a long time.
Yes, up here. Is there a difference in the arts between North Carolina and up here? Do you notice a big difference? Because they don't focus on it in North Carolina.
I don't really notice a difference here. I'm a New Yorker. I worked in New Jersey, New York City for most of my time. And in New Jersey, I was on the board of a theater. And we went through with education programs throughout New Jersey. And it was very similar to this, except this is an arts magnet school. So kids apply to the school by lottery, and then they have to perform. So this is a specialized school. What we have found is that children really learn when you teach to their passions. These kids had a passion for the arts, and the arts lets out more emotion in the kids than anything else, certainly more than math and reading. You know, it's something that they can really use within their lives to help them cope with their lives. But I think that there's students all around the country in the same position, and each community we go into, we do see that there are small arts programs. We're looking for arts to be expanded because it really is so helpful to students, and again, especially in the underserved areas.
I agree.
I'm sure you do.
Yes, right here. What was Corey's background, and was it similar to the students he taught?
His background was a little different. He came from the country areas of North Carolina, and he was in theater all of his life, and his father didn't want him to be in theater. His mother let him go to dance classes and music classes without his dad knowing. So he had that same type of upbringing that the other kids did that we've worked with, because the parents don't want them to be in the arts. More so than Caucasian communities, African American communities feel the kids should take a regular job and get out there and work. And you see Javontre talking to that because he's an incredible dancer. And in fact, he's at Alvin Ailey this summer on scholarship, and they want him to come back for his senior year to be in the troupe the following year. So he's exceptional, but his parents thought, no, you shouldn't be doing this. You should work in McDonald's like I'm working. So it's a hard thing with the kids and the communities. They have to have so much motivation to get out there and do it without support. And that's why the schools put so much behind their programs. Their mentors, their parents, they take them all over and make sure that they have what they need to succeed.
We have a question from Twitter. Is there a way to see the full performance of The Color Purple from the students?
No. There was never a point where we could shoot from outside in the audience. So we were always backstage, and we found that we really liked that because we were showing what it takes to do an actual play in a school. So we were always behind the scenes. You'll see us, you know, taking shots through curtains from above. And so, no, unfortunately, you don't see a whole performance.
Yes, right.
How did you pick that?
How did you pick that school? Was the question.
Yeah, they first, Corey, in fact, came to us and said, I finally got rights to do The Color Purple. He had been trying to get the rights for 5 years, and he was the first high school to get the rights to do The Color Purple in a high school. So he came and said to us, will you shoot while we rehearse? We would love to have somebody come and show the students what they've been doing, and it would be great for you just to come and do that for us. And I have a film production company in Charlotte, and we would use the students for all different productions that we had, so they knew us well, because we would always teach the kids and come in and show them what they were doing, as well as have them act for us. But when Corey came, we thought, wow, this is a really fantastic idea, and we decided we would pitch it to TV. So we did, for a few months, we pitched it, and what we kept coming up with was the people we pitched it to said, oh, that sounds great. We need all that backfighting, we need that crying, we need that fighting. And we said, no, that's not who these kids are. They're kids that break stereotypes. We want to show these amazing kids and turn stereotypes upside down. So after 3 months of pitching, we decided to make it into a documentary because we could do it exactly how the kids come off in true life.
Do you have a question? Yeah. Oh, okay. Who had the foresight that this production would go on to competition?
When we saw it, we thought it would. The first show, we said, you know, this has legs. This is something that we really should follow through with. But nobody knew it was going to get straight superiors and be the center stage for the week. No other play had 2 showings. They did. And everybody was amazed with them. So it was something that my business partner, who is the director, Joanne Hock, she and I just talked about it and said, how much more do we want to put into this? Because we were paying for it. And we just both said, you know, it does everything that we volunteer for. It does everything that we feel very dear to and is special to us. And we saw these kids transform over the first 6 months, then a year, then 2 years, and they just kept growing. And we said, it's just amazing. We have to show people what the arts does to help students. So we kept going.
Questions? Yes, up in the back there. She loved the film.
Thank you very much.
Questions? Yes, right here.
Thank you.
What was your major at Stony Brook here?
My major was history. I always wanted to be a lawyer. I didn't become a lawyer till now it's 20 years ago. So I was out of school for a long time before I went back to law school. But I knew then that I would be an entertainment lawyer. Originally, I was going to be a criminal lawyer. I wanted to be Atticus Finch. So, but I am an entertainment lawyer as well as a producer.
Over here?
It was incorporated. These kids chose to go to a magnet art school. So during the day, they did have theater classes, they did have dance classes, they had all their academics as well. They had to pass all their tests. But what we found is they really were so much more motivated to pass their courses, to be at school on time, to stay on weekends, to stay at nights, because they really wanted to keep pushing themselves to do theater. So it was just a great experience for them because they got to do what they wanted during high school.
Right here.
Oh, that's
How long did he wait for the right talent, Corey, or did he go immediately with the production?
It's an interesting question because he didn't wait for the talent. He says that he has that same caliber of talent every year, and he's been there 16 years. I thought when I saw these kids, I said, they must be an anomaly. But he said, absolutely not. Every year is fantastic. And in fact, we just did the music within six months ago, and we had all the kids that are singing. I don't know if you could tell they're kids, but we have kids singing through the whole score. That's another class. That's a new class that has come in, and their talent was amazing.
How can we follow the progress of the film?
For the next 6 months, we're going to be at film festivals. across the country, and then we're going to start heavily pushing our impact campaign and trying to get a distributor. We'd love to be on a cable station. Ultimately, it will go to PBS. But for the impact campaign, we want to send screening modules into schools that show them how to teach from the film, how to build curriculum around the film, and just to show them how to use arts in their classrooms when they're not a magnet school. So hopefully it will be on cable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robin Gray.
Thank you.
Tell Tim we're done. That was fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.